Hey fam, how y'all doing? My name is Franklin and welcome to Orgaysis. Today we're playing Minotaur Hotel and um Astorion told us how Master John Marie, not just Clamont, but John Marie not only beat him, but would pet him. And we don't do that here. Like Astorion needs his self-worth. He needs to be actually fucking loved and treated like a fucking person. So that's what we're gonna do moving forward. Like absolutely. So let's get started. Whether the master whether the master treats me well or not, ultimately it matters not. I was sentenced to eternal suffering, and to merely exist as I do now is better than I could have ever hoped for. Raise your damn standards, Asterion. So, I liked Master John Marie. He was a good man. No, he was not. No, he was not. You think he was a good man, but he was not. Clement was hot trash. Marie was a dumpster fire because he thought he fucking owned you. Anyway, it is not my place to comment on the master's actions. Master John Marie would have been furious if he heard this conversation. He sounds like that possessive boyfriend that would like beat you the second you got back home. So no thank you. No thank you. That's why you keep calling me master, because this has been ingrained in you. Like, I suppose I have been awfully chatty today, have I not? I asked you a question, did I not? I'm sorry for troubling the master. You wasn't troubling me at all. Not at all. Come, eat. Eat something. You wasn't eating last episode. Eat. You are not bothering me. I want to know more about you and, well, you are fine company too. You are my friend. I wish you'd sit and share the meal with me, but since that's not something you are willing to do, I enjoy hearing you talk. It's better just silence. It's awkward. I don't like it. I'm not about it. It is not my place to comment upon your actions, my lord, but with your permission. You nod to the Minotaur. Astarion says nothing more. After you are done with your meal, the Minotaur retreats to the kitchen to wash the dishes. Only afterwards does he eat. He sits on the floor, cross-legged, and eat what remains of the food he summoned you. I hope it's not scraps. Like I hope it's like a nice like cheese platter, and you got your bread and your grapes, and it's like there's still cheese, bread, and grapes left. Like it's not like scraps. Otherwise, you could just summon a whole nother set of food. I could summon it too. Even though the kitchen is nothing like the cold stone cell in which you met, the air of despondency which surrounds Astarion is so infectious that it almost appears the same. You watch him take his meal of bread and cheese, slowly, painstakingly, as though the very sensation of eating was somehow foreign to him, after innumerable decades left to starve. Okay. Since he has only half a face, you can see a cross section of every motion. Ugh. As he bites, chews, and swallows his meager meal, trying his best to find an angle which affords him the dignity of not exposing himself any further. My tummy ain't feeling it right now. Caught as he is between the shame of meeting your eyes, the impropriety of turning to avoid you, and embarrassment of letting you see inside his mouth as he eats. He struggles briefly before resigning himself to the lattermost option. Unsure how to further rouse him from his melancholy. I know that word. You simply allow yourself to share the silence, awkward though it may be. I would do something. I could not let that anxiety hurt me that much. For several minutes, the only sound that can be heard is your own breathing, as well as the occasional splat when the Minotaur misjudges how much room he has to work with some half-chewed food falls out through the skeletal side of his maw. Oh! was like, why? Why? However, shortly after Asterion chokes down the last morsel of cheese, a sudden sound snaps you both from the shared isolation. You can hear a flute playing from outside the apartment, piping away a blithely chipper tune. Astarion's ear flicks. He looks up to you, notices you heard it too, and freezes. Paleness creeps up his face. Drops of sweat fall from his brow as bits of saliva leak from his half-destroyed mouth. What's that? The Minotaur starts shaking. Please don't send me out to the valley, I beg of you. I'm sorry for not mentioning it earlier. I was going to, but I was so afraid. The torturer is down in the valley and will try to bring me out. Please don't send me out. So one of the beasts shows up to let the master know that it's time to go in the valley for your daily weapons. What? Like, is that what that is? It takes a while to calm the Minotaur, but eventually he takes you to the source of the hauntingly chirpy song, all the way down the spiral staircase to the very depths of the hotel. Astarion follows closely behind you, even if in theory he should be the one guiding ahead. The song grows louder as you go down. It is carried upwards by a draft coming all the way down from below. The bottom floor is bare rock, a vaguely circular gallery with a single exit leading out to the valley. So far, the entire hotel, even if debilitated, dil- dil- the first one, is only giving you the impression it was lovingly built. It is not the case for this area as its lowest point. It was precariously carved out of the rock and left behind with an active distaste and carelessness. The sunlight pouring from the outside is harsh to your eyes, accustomed as they are to the darkness of the spiral staircase. In contrast, the song has a jolly touch to it, and it continues to throw Asterion into a nearly panicked state. He is there, the foreman of the labyrinth. He is called Argos. He'll hurt me if I go out, but he can't harm the master. The valley is laid out before you, painted in broad strokes of vivid orange balanced out with blue and golden hues in the sky. Go ahead, Art. It is arid, but there is vegetation here. It is actually a soothing scenery compared to the thoroughly lifeless desert around the hotel. The wind even has a tinge of an early morning humidity. It would be no surprise finding some dew lingering in the bushes. It is quite peculiar. The valley seemed void of life when you look down at it from the hotel's lookout, but up close it is quite different. Just ahead are two rows of marble statues, each one standing 4 to 5 meters tall, and the single statue of a woman pointing the sword in her hand at the hotel's entrance. The song comes from the statue. You look back to Asterion, you can barely make out the blue flame in the cave's darkness. Praise the Olympians, the bones showed the truth. A new master is indeed upon us. I feel like give it word that you do that. A gray hand grabs the statue's shoulder, and then a serpentine shape emerges and coils around the woman's neck. Oh, that autocorrects. I'd be not. Hey, sir. The wait has been long, my good lord. Oh, how I have anticipated this day when a human would again rise to fulfill the mission bestowed by Athena. Athena did this? I have spent decades lying here in this valley as interesting as a dung heap ever since Master Clement left this realm. all by my lonesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to reference. So you have a new character, like, my bad. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload them that I do. If you like this game and want to play it for yourself, you can do so via the links in the description and the comment section. I believe that is all I have to say, so I'll see you guys in the next video.